fourth one, parts per million. Parts per million. So we can call in shortcut ppm. What we call ppm. Suppose you want to measure a solute in trace quantities. Trace means what? Very minute. Now I told you mass by mass gram, volume by volume what? ml, mass by volume gram by ml. Instead of this very small, suppose in atmosphere completely dust particles are there. Can we measure the dust particles? Can we measure? Yes, we can measure by using this technique. What is this technique? ppm. What we call that is ppm. So when we use this one, when we use when a solute is in trace quantities, is in what? Trace quantities, then we use ppm. What we use ppm. For example, now sea water is there. Sea water contains what? Salt. Correct? In that salt, whether sea water or normal water, oxygen is dissolved. Correct? How much oxygen is dissolved? Can we tell? But we can tell by using this technique. Now we are drinking water. In the drinking water, oxygen is there. How much oxygen is there? How much oxygen is there? That by using this technique we can tell ppm. So ppm means, what is the meaning? Look at here. ppm means number of parts in the component of the solution divided by total number of parts of the components in the solution into 10 to the power of 6. Why we are taking 10 to the power of 6? Million. Million means how many? 10 lakhs. 1 million is equal to how much? 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs means how many zeros? 6 zeros. That's why 10 to the power of 6 I have taken. Up to now I have taken only into 100 only. But in parts per million, 10 to the power of 6 I have taken. Why? Because that is million. What is that? Million. So what is the formula for ppm? Number of parts in the component of the solution divided by total number of parts of the components in the solution into 10 to the power of 6. Number of parts means what? Number of parts means what here? What is dissolving in that? Now water is there. In water what is dissolved? Oxygen gas is dissolved. Correct or not? How much oxygen gas is dissolved in that water? By using this ppm technique we can measure. So that is the use of ppm. Now I will take one example. One example I will take here. Look at here all of you. One example. If I take here seawater is there. For example, seawater. 1 liter of seawater. 1 liter of seawater. How much weight will be there? 1030 grams will be there. Generally 1 liter water, how much weight will be there? 1000 ml. Correct? 1 liter means 1000 ml. But seawater, 1 liter, how much weight will be there? 1030 grams. That means 30 grams more will be there. Why? Because salt content is dissolved in that. So that's why weight will be more. Clear? Now look at here. I want to find ppm. ppm means how much is dissolved in that. So how much, if you want to know in that, in this 1 liter of seawater, how much ppm is there? That means trace quantities are ppm is equal to here what is the formula? Number of parts are in the component. What parts in water will be there? Oxygen gas. In water only oxygen gas is the part. In 1 liter, how much oxygen will be dissolved means 6 into 10 to the power of minus 3. This is a fixed value. 6 into 10 to the power of minus 3 grams of oxygen is dissolved in 1 liter of seawater. Fixed. In 1 liter, this much oxygen will be dissolved. Divided by total number of parts. What is the total number of parts we are taking here? Only seawater we are taking. Seawater weight how much is there? 1030 into 10 to the power of 6. Into 10 to the power of 6. If you do calculation, finally you get 5.62 grams will get. 5.62 grams will be getting. Okay, 5.62 grams are approximately 5.8 grams will get. So like this, trace quantities for finding, we use a method that is ppm. Now if you see, sometimes when you study books, now New Delhi is there. New Delhi is the most polluted city or state in India. How they are able to tell? And day by day they will tell the readings. Readings they will tell this much pollution is there in this place. How they are able to tell? By using this technique. That is nothing but ppm. What is the technique name? ppm. So for a ppm units is ppm, or another unit also is there, microgram milliliter inverse. Another unit. This is simple what we call micro. 1 micro is equal to how much? 10 to the power of minus 6. 1 micro is equal to how much? 10 to the power of minus 6. Microgram milliliter inverse. Both are correct only. ppm is the unit for parts per million, and microgram milliliter inverse. Microgram milliliter. So this is the fourth method for measuring quantitative method.